So, hello guys, welcome back to Off the Mark. Today we are back again with another video to preview the World Test Championship final between Australia and South Africa. The clash of the Titans, the much awaited test match, the Test Championship final between two teams which have quite contrasting stories. On one hand, we have the Aussies who are the serial winners of ICC tournaments, the Aussies who are ruthless as ever. Matlab, they just dominate the opposition in big games, in big situations, in crunch moments. You always know that Aussies are going to step up. And on the other hand, we have the South Africans, the Proteas, who always quite often reach the semi-final stage or the final stage of ICC tournaments. They always have a very good team, but they fall short at the end. We have so many examples: the Champions Trophy semi-final, the World Cup semi-final, the T20 World Cup final versus India. They literally choked from a situation of 30 of 30. Sure, it was amazing bowling from Jasprit Bumrah, but to some extent that was South Africa's game all along. From 30 of 30, they should have never bottled that chase. So Jasprit Bumrah and Hardik Pandya short made India winners there. But we have seen how South Africa have crumbled in pressure situations in the past. But this year, 2025, this is the year of uncertainties. Across sports, teams that have never won tournaments are winning. Crystal Palace in football, Tottenham Hotspur, PSG won the Champions League, RCB won the IPL. So why not South Africa? Why can't South Africa win this WTC final? And they are surely taking it very seriously. We saw how they called their players quite early from the IPL as well. Around 26th May, all their players were back into the camps. They played a practice match versus Zimbabwe to test their skills. They are in England since quite a lot of time. They've hired Morne Morkel as the bowling coach, as sort of a consultant to know how to do better at Lords, because he's played so much of Test cricket there for England. He's taken so many wickets at Lords. So, of course, he knows the conditions over there and how to use that slope, because at Lords that slope plays a very key role in bowlers performing well and even the batters playing well. So they've hired him as a consultant. We see how South Africa are really taking it seriously and are up for a fight. Even the Aussies, man, you can never underestimate them. Of course, they are the favorites for this match. They are a power-packed lineup. With the comeback of Cameron Green into the middle order, they would be much more stronger as well, because he is one player who has really done well for them in the past. I remember before his injury, he played a brilliant innings of 170 odd runs in their overseas tour of New Zealand. So Cameron Green's come back into the Aussie side. Even Josh Hazlewood is fully fit and raring to go. It is a selection dilemma for them between Josh Hazlewood and Scott Boland, who did so well in the Border Gavaskar Trophy. He was one of the biggest reasons for Australia's win. He dominated the Indian batters completely. So there are a lot of things to look forward to. First, let us just discuss the playing 11 of both these sides, what I think they would be. So for Australia, I think they have a dilemma of Sam Constas or Marnus Labuschagne, because they would want to have Bo Webster as a bowling option, and he did so well with the bat as well in the BGT and in the Sri Lanka series. So they would want him to be there. Along with that, Cam Green would be a short addition to the lineup. Now the question is Marnus Labuschagne or Sam Constas. According to reports, Sam Constas was the most impressive batter out of all the Aussie batters in the nets. He faced a lot of Mitchell Starc, Josh Hazlewood and Pat Cummins too. So as per that, he's doing quite well. But Marnus Labuschagne is someone who Australia has always backed. And he's also a big game, like sort of a pressure clutch player for them. So they would want him to be there. But his form is not the best of late. So it's a decision they might make. I would personally go for Sam Constas, because Marnus Labuschagne to open, he usually bats at number 3. The whole lineup, the balance may get shifted. But I think Australia may prefer Marnus Labuschagne to open. So Labuschagne, Khawaja to open probably. Cam Green at 3. He did well at 3 in the county championship games he played. He scored a few hundreds over there. So Cam Green at 3. Steve Smith is a short lock-in at 4, as Pat Cummins also confirmed. Then you have Travis Head, Alex Carey, Bo Webster, Pat Cummins, Mitchell Stark, Nathan Lyon, and Josh Hazelwood. So I think Josh Hazelwood would be the one they may pick amongst Boland or Hoff. But if Australia may go full throttle, they may just pick Boland in place of Lyon. At Lords, we see that as the days move forward, spinners get into play. But at the earlier days, pacers get a lot of assistance. And as per the pitch we can see over here, the pitch report shows that there's some grass there, and there's quite a lot of grass covering. And with in England, there's always a lot of crowd cover. Overseas, the overcast conditions are there. So if Boland, Stark, Cummins and Hazelwood all four play together, it can be nightmare for any opposition. So they might just give it a thought. You never know. But I think this would be the probable playing 11 for the Aussies, with Lyon and those three pacers, the everlasting trio of Australian cricket. Now let's move forward to the Proteas playing 11. I think Ryan Rickelton and Aiden Markram to open for sure. Then you have Tony De Zorzi. They have Tristan Stubbs, Temba Bavuma, Kyle Verreynne, Vian Mulder, Marco Jansen coming in at 8. So quite a lot of batting depth as well. Then they have Keshav Maharaj, Kagiso Rabada, and Lungi Ngidi / Dane Patterson amongst whomever they might choose to pick as the pacer. I think Lungi Ngidi may get the nod because of his experience, but even Dane Patterson is quite a handy bowler in those conditions at Lords. So that would be quite an interesting choice for them. But so yeah, these are the playing 11s I think for both the sides. South Africa also have quite a potent bowling attack. Rabada and Jansen, they are going to be lethal at Lords. Rabada, one of the best bowlers in the world. This might just be his moment to come up clutch, become a national hero. And Marco Jansen, man, he is a giant. The amount of bounce he can extract on that Lords track is, you can just think about it, right? And he also swings the ball up front. So ये जो combo है, it would be extremely lethal in those conditions with Patterson and Ngidi, of course. So and even Keshav Maharaj, he can offer a lot of control. So वो ये पूरा जो trio है, ये जो पूरा bowling attack है South Africa का, they can also test the Australian batters. But I think the main match would be if you look at it, would be South African batting versus the Australian bowling, because I think the South African bowling would do well in those conditions to restrict the Australian batters to a par total or a below par total also if possible. But if the South African batsmen apply themselves well, we are in for a cracker of a match, because they do have a good batting lineup, but against that Australian pace attack at Lords, so much of experience, they played so many Ashes tests over there too, you can never know what is going to happen versus the Australian bowling lineup, because with the experience the Aussies have, it is just the make or break situation for South Africa. I personally want South Africa to win. I want them to overcome this trophy drought, because cricket in South Africa, it really needs some inspiration. As a neutral, I think South Africa, they really deserve an ICC title too. So many legends coming out of that country, but not one ICC title. Currently, Kagiso Rabada, Marco Jansen, these guys can come up as cult heroes for them. The captain, Temba Bavuma, he is quite a personality as well. He's averaging so good with the bat. It's been a great cycle for him as a captain as well as a batsman. It is to be known that Temba Bavuma hasn't lost a single test match as a captain. So maybe the lucky charm, the Don Temba Bavuma as we call him. So yeah, बहुत ही interesting match होने वाला है. I am very excited. Hopefully it is a cracker of a game and not one-sided like how the previous two WTC finals have been. So hopefully a good match. As we know, rain is always around the corner, but there's not a lot of rain forecast to be seen. Also the pitch, it is quite grassy. As we know, the Lord's pitch, it is always a good balance between bat and ball. On the first few initial days, there is a lot of help for fast bowling, but as the matches, as the days move forward, spin comes into play. The batting, the wicket becomes better for batting. So overall, it would be quite interesting to see who wins this clash of titans and who gets their hand on that elusive WTC title. Will Australia go back to back, or will South Africa win their maiden WTC title and they made an ICC title too. So hopefully it is a cracker of a game. I'll see you in the next one in the review of this WTC final. So goodbye guys, see you in the next one. Do like, share and subscribe.